Well, I found out through Dawn, and he was talking about it, I believe, at this past state tournament down in Temple. And of course, I've also, when Dawn came out with Pool 300, I also played that too. So I'm aware that Dawn comes up with these innovative ideas to grow the sport, and so it's just, I give it a try. I always like opportunity to play. I like the opportunity to maybe, the pocket stakes that he's talking about. It's just a little added incentive. Hey, if you're playing matches, you might win some money through a drawing just because you've recorded a few matches. I also like the ability to have some flexibility because sometimes it's hard for me to do a lot of league play during the week. Other commitments, but if I can schedule it on a weekend, if it's just maybe meeting up with another opponent through finding that opponent on the Qubit app and scheduling a match, or we just completed some group play on a weekend and that worked real well for me. Just flexibility. I would. I also I want to start talking to some of my tap teammates, and maybe while we're on tap play and there's an open table, we can get some more people involved that way, and I can record a few matches and it still be, convenient for me to knock out some tap matches, do some Qubit matches. In fact, I didn't have any problem with it. I'm a little computer savvy, but you don't necessarily have to be computer savvy. You just go on to your application, download the app, it is free. Put in your personal information, and you're pretty much ready to go. One of the advantages and great things I'm learning about Qubit is the fact that because I also play in a tap league, I will have the opportunity to count not only that tap league as part of my tap league match count, but also as a Qubit match. I would simply have to have my opponent agree to play a Qubit match, and it would be recorded in actually both sanctioning bodies, or the tap league and the Qubit. And I think that is a great way for me to go into my tap teammates and say, hey, here's another avenue for you to play some great pool, win a little money, be qualified for these big tournaments, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to kind of present that to my teammates and take advantage of that aspect of Qubit.
Don had showed me the idea in Las Vegas, and I read over it, and I was very intrigued by it. And once it went live, I think I might have been the first person to actually download the software and get rolling on it and play a match. And since then, I've played quite a few matches. Pool in general, I like playing other people. I like playing people I don't know, mostly, but I like playing people that I don't ordinarily play, and it does lend itself to that in group format and in challenge matches. It does lend itself to playing people I don't know and meeting new people. That's what I like to do. It tracks my personal matches. It tracks everybody's matches. It does have a ranking system within it that is updated live, I believe, updated concurrently. It does provide a format for creating groups, monitoring groups. Well, I would definitely recommend Qubit for anybody that wants to meet new people, have a chance to win money, get involved in something great. I have won some money. I guess I've been involved in 3 of the sweepstakes. I did not win the first time. The second time I won $275, and the third time I won $325.
I learned Qubit from a player here in Dallas, Jeff Georges, introduced me to it. Jumped right on board, started our first match that first conversation. Been involved in it ever since. Meet up with new players, players in league, ask around if anybody's a member, talk people into it, go out and set up matches. We've formed groups, we've done singles. Qubit, well, it'll give you opportunities to go out and play players that you normally don't get to play against, especially if you're not a league player or if you're intimidated in playing certain leagues based on your skill level or your ability to play. And meet new players, travel, do a lot of traveling, get involved with players outside of your home. I would recommend Qubit to everyone, beginner to advanced. Great to learn, fun to play, good chances at some easy money. I have not won any money on Qubit, but there will be a time.
I found out about Qubit when I was at Magoo's in Tulsa playing. I was at Magoo's playing Evelyn and Danny's Midwest 9-Ball Tour. There was a men's tournament at the same time, and Casey Massey was there, and he showed me how to download the app on my phone and talked about all the great benefits of Qubit. The app downloaded on my phone was very simple to use, and I have shown numerous players since then how to download it on their phones, and we found it very simple to keep score, very simple to look up other players. One of the greatest things that I found when I was in Tulsa was I was able to look up players that were in my location because my phone has GPS, so it knew where I was at, and I was able to find other players in the same area that were also Qubit players. As a pool hall owner, I use Qubit on some of my slow nights where I don't have other leagues going on. And I'm trying to promote getting business into my pool hall. And so I'll do a Qubit night and players will come down and we'll all get together and have group Qubit play. I also use Qubit at my pool hall when I have tournaments. There's a number of players that will match up that are both Qubit players, and then they'll play each other in the tournament, and they will count that match as a Qubit match as well. I've recommended Qubit to every pool player that has come across my path. I think the idea is outstanding, and I'm really excited to see how far this is going to grow.
Actually, Don Owen brought a little business card to me at a tournament that I was at, and I thought, wow, this thing might be pretty cool. As a pool player, I look at the opportunity of winning any kind of prize, and the pocket stakes format that he has, it's a great deal, and you can win some money from it. I have. I won $200. I think it was in the July pocket stakes. First thing I do is whenever I'm playing a tournament, or if I'm playing another person in a two-man tournament, I might go to them and I'll say, hey, look, are you a Qubits player? And then if they say no, then I quickly introduce them to it, and tell them that it's a $3 chance to win more than $3. And it kind of breaks the ice, and sometimes they say, wait a minute, we get an opportunity to win whatever we're playing for, plus maybe the opportunity to win another. It's a great win over. Absolutely. It's one of the easiest apps I've seen. Everybody that I meet, if they're not a pool player, they're going to become a pool player because of Qubit.
Friend of mine told me about it, so we started playing it. I downloaded the application. It was really easy to download. Played a match with him, and then been playing it since. Oh yes. I love the scorekeeping part of it, especially when you play straight pool, 14-1. It calculates everything for you. All you have to do is punch in what you did. So it's perfect. I have not yet, but I've put multiple entries in. It gives me a chance to play players I've never played before. When we're out traveling, we do a lot of traveling through the states. It lets me look up players in that state that are actually Cubit players, and run into them and actually play a match I've never would see them before. I recommend it to everybody. So if you're a pool player, even if you're thinking about becoming a pool player, it's a great app.